Good evening, students. Have a nice day. Welcome to 6th Standard English class. I hope all are safe by God's grace. Today we are going to see about Prose 2, When the Trees Walked. Continuations, Section 3. The narrator spent the monsoon season with his grandparents, where he saw life and greenness brought by the rains. He also saw broad-leaved vines, peepal trees taking root in the ceiling, a mango sprout on the window sill. During Second World War, the narrator went to live with his father in Delhi. After 2 or 3 years, he left for England and returned to India after several years. When he returned to Dehradun after many years, he walked towards the riverbed. He was surprised to see the spectacular mean amazing, view of the island, where they had planted coral tree saplings. He could hear squirrels and quail asking him who he was. The narrator could see that the trees recognized him and came nearer. He thought of what his grandfather had said, trees are walking again. The narrator see on the island after several years, the author went to live with his father in Delhi. After 2 or 3 years, he left for England. When he returned to Dehradun after many years, he walked towards the riverbed. He was surprised to see the amazing view of the island, where they had planted coral tree saplings. He could hear squirrels and quails asking him who he was. The narrator could see that the trees recognized him and came nearer to him. The trees they had planted long ago had multiplied. They were walking again. He remembered his grandfather's words and his dream had come true. The end of the story. What do you learn from this story? Nature is a treasure, save it for pleasure. So, save trees and plants. Glossary of the lesson: rambling, wandering, sprout, when seeds begin to grow small plants. Spectacular, high-catching. Beckoned, to signal with your hand to ask the person to come closer or follow. Book back exercise. Read the story on your own, discuss in a group and complete the story map below. A story map is the main events of the story given in a flow chart. Grandfather built a bungalow and planted trees around it. During the rains, grandfather walked into the jungle and planted cuttings and saplings. They found a small rocky island and grandfather planted a number of tamarind, laburnum and coral tree saplings. During the Second World War, the author was sent to a boarding school. Some years later, the author returned and saw the island. He looked around and noticed a beautiful small green paradise. Next exercise. Work in groups of 5. Tell the story in 10 sentences. You can begin the story like this. The author's grandfather served in the Indian Forest Service. After his retirement, he built. Now, continue the story. Each one should say one sentence. Answer. First one. Grandfather built a bungalow. Second one. He planted trees around it. During the rain, grandfather walked into the jungle. Fourth one. He planted cuttings and saplings. Fifth one. They found a small rocky island. Sixth one. Grandfather planted a number of tamarind, laburnum and coral tree saplings. Seventh one. During the Second World War, the author was sent to a boarding school. Eighth one. 2 or 3 years later, he went to England. Ninth one. Some years later, the author returned and saw the island. 10th one. He looked around and noticed a beautiful small green paradise. This exercise, take on paper and write the answer and paste in your book back exercise. Vocabulary. Look at the words in the boxes. Match the words to make as many new words as possible. One is done for you. Example, outhouse. Second one, river bed. Third one, waterfall. Fourth one, flower garden. Fifth one, sunshine. Sixth one, aerial route. Seventh one, busybody. Eighth one, windowsill. Ninth one, foothill. 10th one, compound wall. Next book back exercise. Look at the words in the box. Make new words by adding ly. Wherever possible, it will not be possible with all the words. Suffix. Suffix means a letter or letters added at the end of a word to make a different or a new form of the word. For example, lone plus ly, lonely. Next one, vigorous, vigorously. Constant, constantly. Strong, strongly. Unlike, unlikely. Great, greatly. Immediate, immediately. Broad, broadly. Next exercise. Look at the words in the box. Fill the wheel with their antonyms. All the words begin with S and are from the text. Some words in the bracket: hard, fat, weak, big, fast, hide, rough, dull. Now, hard, opposite word, soft. Fat, slim. Weak, strong. Big, small. Fast, slow. Hide, sick. Rough, soft. Dull, smart. Continuation, section 3, 7th question. What did grandmother feel about trees growing in the house? Answer. Grandmother did not mind trees, but she preferred growing flowers. 8th question. Why did the author leave town? Answer. Due to Second World War, the author had to leave the town to a boarding school. 9th one. How did grandfather's dream come true? Answer. After many years, later the author went to the riverbed and he saw the trees well grown. Squirrels, quail, crow challenged the author with a mellow, "Who are you?" Thus the grandfather's dream come true. 10th question. Describe what the author saw when he went back to the island. Answer. The author walked out of the town towards the riverbed. He looked at the dry watercourse and was caught by the spectacular red blooms of the coral blossom. In contrast with the riverbed, the island became a small green paradise. Next, answer in a paragraph. Write a summary based on the story when the trees walked. Answer. Grandfather built a bungalow and planted trees around it. During the rains, grandfather walked into the jungle and planted cuttings and saplings. During the Second World War, the author was sent to a boarding school. They found a small rocky island, and grandfather planted some plants to improve view. Some years later, the author returned and saw the island. He looked around and noticed a beautiful small green paradise. Next, antonyms question. First one, natural. Answer, artificial. Second one, dry. Answer, wet. Third one, several. Answer, few. Fourth one, protested. Answer, accepted. Fifth one, noticed. Answer, unnoticed. Okay children, I hope all are watching this video class and PDF link. Today's assignment, watch the YouTube video link till you understand. Write in your English classwork note. Index page, mention it first. Read and write given question answer, paragraph answer, antonyms in your classwork note. Write in cursive style and neat presentation. Complete the given assignment and report on time without fail. Thank you children. Take care.